What's up, y'all? Reedie Zee here. Talk about some breaking news. Today, we found out that our offensive coordinator and our defensive coordinator are out of the building. And we asked the question, should we bring in Brian Daboll? Should we bring in Raheem Morris or somebody else? Stay tuned to see what we got going on. You guys are back.
It's the Reedie Zee Show. Reedie Zee Show. It's the Reedie Zee Show. Reedie Zee Show. Reedie Zee Show.
Yeah. First day out. First day all season opens up. The day after locker room cleanup. Some changes we knew was coming, but damn, bro. 2 for 1 in one day? Like, talk about it. How you feel about this?
It depends on the corresponding move. If I'm going to say that I'm cool with it or not. I mean, we knew Joe Whitt Jr. was out of there. That was a formality. But I wasn't expecting Kliff Kingsbury to be let go. We've been hearing in the media that there was some, issues behind the scenes between Adam Peters and Kliff and philosophies. And apparently they're saying that Dan Quinn went to him and he said he wanted to make some changes as far as, the offensive philosophy, and Kliff wasn't rocking. I mean, that's what I'm hearing. And they mutually agreed to part ways.
Yeah, pretty much. How do I feel about it? Like you said, Joe Whitt, we knew what was going to happen. That was a no-brainer. The Kliff thing, we talked about the possibility of it, and I was, pretty much on a 50-50 with it. Like, if he was to be let go, like, I wouldn't cry about it. If we was to keep him, I can live with it. Juan Gotti, mentioned on the Burgundy Breakdown, our collab show a few weeks ago that, at the end of the day, it was probably be best just to keep him because he's going to probably be gone next year anyway. Because, he's a hot commodity when it comes around to head coaching positions and things of that nature. So didn't really just expect to have him much longer. So he was thinking it'd be probably just be best to keep him and continue that, the continuity. On my part, today I start, when it happened, I'm like, damn, like it happened right away. Like I'm in a doctor's office, leaving out, about to go to my car, and I open my phone and I'm like, oh shit. And that was just my first reaction. Like, damn, I did not expect Kliff to be let go today. The report came out with Diana Rossini the other day, and when she reports stuff, people tend to take it with a grain of salt. And she was right about it. Ben Standick doubled down on it the other day as well with his story, kind of talking about the possibility. And so maybe there was, some tension or a disconnect between Kliff and AP. There was been talks that, on the offensive side of the ball, Kliff does what he wants. He had more autonomy. He made more decisions, he had more power, whereas Joe Whitt, it wasn't the same thing. So, that's kind of like where I was at in my mind with it, and just looking at the situation like, damn, they really let him go. So it must really was some issues. It's still a little shocking to me that they let him go without, basically this way. I thought he would have parted ways by getting another job and an announcement that he'd go be a head coach somewhere. So it shocked me for real.
I mean, but it may be that. It may be that, Kliff knows something. I mean, he has an interview, but, maybe he might be going to college. Maybe he might be doing something else. I don't know. I didn't think that it warranted, a firing, because that's basically what it is. I don't care how they summed it up. Mutually agree. You ain't on the staff no more. You got fired. Basically, going in a different direction. Differences in philosophies, this, that, and the third. It wasn't a difference in the philosophy from last year. So 1 year removed from the NFC Championship game, you mean to tell me that it's just you wasn't on board with it? You knew what it was last year because it was similar, the same formations, the same type of offense that it was last year. So if you didn't like it, if you were okay with it last year, then why weren't you okay with it this year? I mean, really, the attrition and as far as the injuries, that's what really got us behind the eight ball, if we're really being honest, with some of these losses and things of that nature. And I don't really blame Kliff because you giving him shit and expecting him to turn filet mignon out of it. Like realistically, like what weapons did we truly have that an offensive coordinator could really like win games with and really get it done? If we look at some of these offenses around the league, they have 4 and 5 guys, 6 guys, and even when you go into their third receivers and stuff like that, that can flat out do it. So, you got a 1 in Terry, you had a 2 in Daboll, you had a Zach Ertz, and you had a running back by committee situation when Austin Eckler went down. Like, what else did you have? You had who? Who did you have? Yeah, Luke McCaffrey. Okay, he was coming along, playing a little bit better this year. He gets injured. Who else did you have? Burks comes along down the road. He gave you a little, wondering of what he could be. I'm excited to see him with the offseason. If they bring him back, I think he's a good, third, fourth receiver somewhere in that mix. I think he definitely should be brought back. We're talking about Chris Moores of the world. You know what I mean? So what can you expect? Sanat didn't really do too much. John Bates is John Bates. Like, what weapons did we truly have? And that's what I've been saying all offseason last year. We need more weapons. And you're going to continue to hear that message from me this offseason. We need more weapons. Like, the little toys that we got are okay, but we need more weapons. We gotta be able to, go with these teams that can put up these points. Everybody keeps talking about we need to run the ball. We need to run the ball, but we need weapons to be able to get these people out of the box. If you don't got no threats on the outside, why would I be scared to not have 8 in the box, 7 in the box, and you don't threaten me? So I'm a line up and stop the run. That's rule number 1.
Yeah,
ain't
but
worried about the pass.
on the contrast to that too, that's why I used to say take shots anyway, and you used to argue, well, with who, Z? How we gonna take shots and we ain't got the weapons? And it's like, I get it. Like, that's one, like you said, that's why we needed the weapons. But 2, if we know you don't got weapons, but you still got to take those shots, because if you don't pose a threat to any defense of taking those shots, then they're gonna stack the box and they're gonna get away with it. So it's a situation like you just got to run your offense with who you got and figure it out. And that's pretty much how I looked at it. So yeah, it's a tough situation. And then, the points you made about last year, and Asia kind of hinted at it. I think the biggest difference is, one, this year, like she mentioned, Jaden got hurt, so they made it a thing. I think last year you got away with the style of offense, the philosophy, the run, the QB runs, and having Jaden in the shotgun and all that, because he didn't really get a long-term injury. Now he did, end up getting a rib injury, which was on a run on that game. What game was that? He got that injury, but that was on a run. Down the field.
You see what your man did in the background?
Nah, I ain't peep. He was on the side, outside the box.
When he got in front of the camera, he's a wild boy. But go ahead, my bad.
But nah, so like basically what I was saying was Jaden didn't get hurt last year, so maybe they didn't pose it as a big issue, or they gave him another year, or they moved along. And with the success, we got all the way to the NFC Championship, so he had that backing. This year when it became a thing of Jaden getting hurt and no changes were made to adjust. That's the biggest thing too, like with Kliff, that everybody talked about, and I've been hearing in the media a lot today. Like Kliff lacked situational adjustments. Like, he was the type where my offense, my system is my system, and it's going to be what it's going to be, and I'm going to run it the way it is. So no matter what's going on, that's that. And like I was telling you earlier, like, to me, my viewpoint is like, yeah, he'll scheme up something and come up with a game plan and stick to that game plan all game. And we know, like, one of the biggest attributes of a great coach is being able to adjust. You have to adjust. When teams are stacking the box, all right, cool. Like I said, you ain't got no weapons, so what? You got to find somebody to throw the ball to downfield. When, you know what I mean, or vice versa. If they playing pass heavy, you want to say we ain't got no running backs. All right, well, you need to find the ball to get a ball to somebody. You got to figure it out. So, you know what I mean, a lot of repetitiveness too, running the screens all the time, and you know what I mean, it's a lot of the, you know, things behind the scene again that kind of got swept under the rug again due to last year the success we had. But I am kind of puzzled that, you know what I mean, like you said, we year one you knew what Kliff was. You know what I mean, you knew who you were hiring. You knew he was pass heavy when you hired him. So I really think that AP probably was like, you know what I mean, they gave it a shot last year and we got by with it. But this year, when Jaden got hurt like that, it became a big thing. And they probably told him, like, you need to make the adjustments. And he wasn't rocking. And then they went in there and told him, like, he probably gave him an ultimatum, like, we need this, and this done for next year to change. And he probably disagreed or, you know, wasn't with it. And they said, all right, well, we're gonna let you go and move along. Like, that's how it worked out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna hold my comments really towards it until I figure out what the corresponding move is. I guess that's the safe bet, because I don't want to shit on it. And then, you know, I get it that they're saying it's a college offense, but college offenses push the ball down the field. It's supposed to be similarities at air raid. The air raid pushes the ball down the field. The air raid stretches the field horizontally and vertically. So I don't know, but you know, Kliff's numbers look a little skewed because obviously you got the quarterback runs in there. You know, it looks like it's a better balanced, you know, attack than what it really is. You know, so I don't know. I'm here for it. But if we do what I want us to do in this draft and in this off season, boy, we're gonna be all right.
Yeah. But so chill on that part. So my question is, like, you know, I'm gonna pull a 106.7 here. Who gets the blame game or the blame pie? What percentage? AP or DQ? For
what? The roster?
No, Kliff's departure. Like, who you put this on?
I put a lot of it on AP because Dan to an extent, but but Dan's job clearly is on the line. Let's not get it fucked up. Let's state that first and foremost. That's why these moves are being made, because pretty much, buddy, if it don't get done next year, he's up out of here. And AP might not be too far behind him. I think we were just singing the good graces of such a great job they did a year ago. This, that, the third. What I always say all the time, Z. What's this league about?
What have you done for me lately?
What have you done for me lately? Just 1 year ago, now we in turmoil. Now the head coach is on the hot seat going into next season. He got to get it done, or he's up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. One season, they was, we the best thing since, we was one of the better teams, woo. Truth be told, Five put it on his back. That's really what it was. But AP gets a lot of the blame, him and Lance Newmark. Forget Dan Quinn at the moment. This roster that they assembled was trash. They were scared to go out and get weapons. You go and you make a trade for not Laramie Tunsil. You go and make a trade for Marshawn Lattimore mid-season last year before the deadline. That didn't pan out. He was injured all last year. This year he was crash out Johnny. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I guess that crashing out sizes him up. He thinks he's playing better than what he really is. I don't know. Some of the free agent signings that you went out and got were questionable. Then you take in all of the injuries. You don't bring back a couple of guys that you probably should have brought back. And as good as Will Harris, I thought Will Harris played this year, I still think we're better off with Jeremy Chin back there. He played better. Yeah, he got cooked a little bit in coverage, but I just feel like overall Jeremy Chin was better to me. But I'm not taking away from Will Harris, because Will Harris, you could tell, obviously he's the brains of the back end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And things went a little bit better when he was back there. But I would have rocked with Jeremy Chin because I thought that continuity would have been a little bit better in this year. Dan Quinn gets the blame, the total blame of Joe Whitt Jr. Joe Whitt Jr. clearly wasn't ready after 17 seasons in this league to be a defensive coordinator and a play caller, but that's okay. Some guys are not meant to call plays. Some guys are meant to just be, positional coaches. There's nothing wrong with that. It is what it is. I don't even know if I want the responsibility of some of that anyway, or the blame of any of that anyway. You know what I mean? You gotta be a different type of guy to want to take on them type of responsibilities. But I blame the GMs, the assistant GM and the GM for assembling this roster. Like, what? We could just start at the wide receiver room to you go out and you get Deebo Samuel. That's it. You don't bring back a Zacchaeus that was arguably one of our better players, and that's saying a lot. If we're saying Olamide Zacchaeus is one of our better players, then you don't bring back a De'Ami Brown, even though he did nothing in Jacksonville, but he still came on at the end and showed you the potential that he had. He got paid absolutely nothing in Jacksonville. You could have brought him back. That gives Five some more continuity, you know what I'm saying, of that first year. Now that doesn't say if people are going to get injured or not, so we can't predict that if everything else still happens the same. But I just feel like that gives that room, that makes that room a little bit better down the stretch. You don't have to go to a Chris Moore, some of these guys that we had at receiver that didn't even do anything.
What AP said yesterday, shout out to our scout staff or whatever, for like they had a lot of work to do all year. The injury after injury, they had to go find other players, and they had a lot of work.
They found nobody.
I mean, I'm saying in the sense of like even the nobodies that they went and got, that's still an assignment.
They should be well versed in trying to find some talent in this draft. They asked AP the question about he glazed over about what needs to be fixed, and he gave some generic bullshit answer. He should have said everything, the whole roster from the top to the bottom.
Yeah. Facts.
So I blame the GMs. This roster was fucking abysmal. Like the depth was terrible. I ain't gonna hold you. Ron and them did a little bit better on the depth piece than we did. Am I glazing?
Yeah, no, you chill right now.
I'm slicing it.
Yeah, chill.
Z said I'm slicing it. I'm a
chill, bro. Chill. But nah, I put the blame on AP as well, because the reason why Kliff is leaving, between those two, I put it on AP. I believe he's fully responsible. He went to he went to DQ and probably was like, look, Jaden's our greatest asset. We need to protect him. And you gave Kliff all this power, so I need you to go take the power back and tell him what he needs to do. And if he's not with it, then we getting rid of him. And I believe DQ, walked his ass in that meeting room and gave Kliff an ultimatum. And I don't think he maybe wanted to let Kliff go, but Kliff ultimately probably didn't react and give the answer that he wanted to hear. And that's how we get to this point. Because I still think that, like, I don't think they went into a situation like wanting to just get rid of him. I feel like they might have more so in a sense like, look, we want to keep you, but this is what we need to happen. And he was just like, nah. So
where do we go now? Where do we go now, people? Get in these comments and let us know, where do we go? Because I'm saying people on Instagram saying we don't need to go bring Daboll in. He's an outstanding coach, but we need to get younger. We need to get younger at coaches and stuff like that. To me, that does nothing for us. Getting younger. I respect the comment and no disrespect, but younger doesn't bring somebody in that can get the job done just because you get younger. It's not a player here. We're talking about offensive philosophy, play calling, structure, and scheme. How can you put it together? How can you draw it up? Like sequence of plays. Okay, on first down, we're going to call this. We're going to set this up for this. We're going to show you this look because we're going to come back to it on the next series. And then we're going to go up top on you because we let you see this and your eyes thought you believed that, but really it's this. That's what we need. I could care if they're young, old, whoever could get the job done. And earlier today in our group chat, shout out to Reedie Zee group chat. If you ain't in there, you need to get in there. They was like, Z sent the tweet about from Danny, from Grant and Danny, talking about Daboll.
It was from Grant.
And immediately, Reedie. Z, get the fuck off my phone with that dumbass shit. I don't want to hear that. Don't talk to me about none of these names. I don't care what you talking about. Then under further reflection throughout the day, I called Z. I'm like, bro, you know what? My bad. Daboll isn't a bad offensive coordinator. Like, I had to remember what Daboll has done in this league and as an offensive play caller. I wouldn't be mad at Daboll. I feel like Daboll can scheme that shit up when he's just offensive coordinator, not head coach. Like what he did with Josh Allen and when he was in Buffalo was they was doing it. That offense was that. So I'm not mad at it if they did go Daboll. But my first pick would be if McDaniels gets fired in Miami, you gotta go. You gotta go there. You gotta go there.
Yeah.
You gotta go there. And then whoever else after that. But I ain't mad at I wouldn't be mad if they went Daboll. I honestly wouldn't.
Yeah. I think I'm with you on it. Like of that list, the names, I gotta go back to pull it up, but the names definitely was slight. It was Daboll, it was Tommy Rees, former Cleveland OC, and Grant Udinski, who is the Jacksonville OC right now. So I'm sure Grant Udinski is probably gonna get a lot of looks. Being under what's their coach name again? Liam. That's the name. Jacksonville head coach.
Liam Cohen.
Yeah, Liam Cohen. Being under that tree and what he's been able to do out there with the Jaguars. So it's gonna be a lot of, and I mean their offense, they got Trevor Lawrence looking nice out there. So it definitely his name is definitely gonna be out there, is what I'm trying to say. The Tommy Rees guy, I don't really know too much about. I mean, coming from Cleveland, like that doesn't excite me at all. But Daboll, I think that he's definitely a offensive guy. I mean, he comes under the Nick Saban at Alabama, and he hooped there, and like you said, with the Bills, they had a top offense, and what he was able to do there, and ultimately getting his head coaching position. I just don't think the Giants ever really had the talent for him to super succeed. But I still felt like at times they were still a threat. I mean, Daniel Jones at one point, and we saw Jackson Dart once they switched over. How the offense ended up looking. Now the team overall was trash, led to them being fired. But I think as a offensive coordinator, he does well. Now the clip resurfaced of him and Jaden from the draft, the combine, the meetings, and all that. And there is definitely an infatuation with Daboll and with Jaden. Daboll loves Jaden. So that could be a tight niche. I don't know. But yeah, McDaniel is definitely my top choice. Other names that swirl around, like people ask me about Stefanski, I don't really know about that one. I saw some earlier saying, don't be surprised if your man Bobby Slowick name pops back up in the hat. I had a
feeling you was going to say
Slowick.
When we talked earlier and we was talking about offensive coordinators, his name popped in my head, but I was like, I will not mention that name. I had a feeling when we got on here, you was going to bring
Bobby
up
Slug. Well, Bobby Slug was a head coach, a guy that was in the head coaching mix last year. So he's a name as well. So I don't know. I'm not saying I'm favoring him or anything of that nature, but it's names out there. But I think more names may drop. And we'll see how I go from there. But my biggest thing is as we shift into, because again, this is not all about the offense. We got a defense to figure out as well. With Joe Whitt being fired, it's like who will run the defense? And immediately I kept saying, man, Raheem Morris. I would love to have Raheem Morris then I had to stop and think about it, like what great things has what I mean Raheem Morris done like as a defensive coordinator. And
Facts.
I mean he definitely had the Rams, and I mean they was a top team. They had Aaron Donald, I mean they had
I mean, they
Ramsey at the
had a team.
time.
Like, shit, I could have coached that
Bobby
defense.
Wagner was there at the time, I believe. Like they had a top defense, so it's like, I mean, our defense ain't got that type of caliber players. So it's
Yeah,
like, I don't know. Now, don't get me wrong. He's definitely, like you said, he fits that Dan Quinn mode where he's a player's coach and a lot of people love him and motivator and all those things. When he got hired down in Atlanta, I was super excited for the man. But it's just like I had to kind of scale back a little bit. It was like, hold up, like let me just not try to just run and say, oh, let's go get Raheem. It's like, we got to stop and think. I saw something earlier.
I'm glad you did a little thinking on that one, because I told myself the same thing. Like, fuck did Raheem do as a defensive coordinator? Like, if we being honest, like when I think about defensive coordinators, and what I'm about to say is going to date my age, I think about a Jim Johnson. I think about Del Rio back in the day before he came here. I think about Monty Kiffin.
Yeah,
like known defensive coordinators that defenses was like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think about them type of guys, and when I think about defense, Marvin Lewis, correct. I don't think about Raheem. Raheem is just like and I'm not disrespecting him because I like Raheem as a coach. I just think he's more of a positional type coach than a defensive coordinator. Like, he don't strike me like that. Like, even the younger defensive coordinator, the black guy in Baltimore, I can't remember his name. He was a linebacker and he came up. He's tough. Like a Robert Saleh or something like that. They're like way better than like what I think of a Raheem. Like, so I don't know. I don't know who else is out there. I haven't really done much research on it to see who's out there. But shit, I don't know. I know you ain't gonna get nobody like
I was about to say, I seen some
Georgia to come to go be no defensive coordinator. He gonna want to be a head coach.
Absolutely no. Those days when college coaches, those days college coaches coming in to be coordinators, college head coaches coming in to be coordinators. I think that's just gone. But what I was gonna say is that I saw something earlier saying that Dallas may make a move for Brian Flores, and it's like, how? Like, he's the DC with the Vikings. Like, how does that happen now? If Brian fucking Flores is available or willing to, make a lateral move, you go get fucking Brian Flores. If Todd Bowles was to be let go, you go get a fucking Todd Bowles. You know what I mean? Like,
that's a defensive. That's when I think of defensive coordinator. I think about people like that. That's what we need. Greg Williams. Go back and get him. Why? Why not? Greg Williams. He can coach.
Yeah,
I know it's the little.
Saw something about Jerron Mayo too. Oh, Jared, what's his name? Gerard
Mayo.
Gerard Mayo.
Patriots.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I would look that way. Like, no knock against Raheem. I would love to have him on the staff. Bring him on the staff as a, I don't know, shit. So give him a title or something.
He was a DB. He was a DB coach when he was here.
Yeah, he was a DB coach.
Yeah.
DB coach. I think we need to move on from Donatel too as a DB coach. We need to try to bring in one of them Dan Quinn's others disciples, Al Harris. I know that's a lateral too. And I don't know. And then when they talk about people like that, is he ready to be a defensive coordinator? We ain't seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, make it make sense to me. Like, when y'all talk about, we got to get younger at coaching. Like, why does that make sense to you? Just because you're younger, that don't mean you know how to fucking coach. Like, make that make sense to me, because I don't get that concept of, I get that older coaches, they're stuck in their ways. They think that it's supposed to be like this, that, and the third, but it's older coaches that make adjustments. Like, look at Spagnuolo in Kansas City. He coaches ass off, coaches defense. Look at Vic Fangio in Philadelphia. Coaches ass off. He's older. Defenses be like that. So, again, like that comparison of, or that, people say, oh, I want to get younger at coaching. Like, why? I mean, everybody's running the same shit anyway. I mean, it's only but so many defenses that you can fucking call. All it is just it's scheme specific things and disguising certain things as far as your pressures and things of that nature. So, like, help me understand that. Like, it's only about 10 to 12 coverages that you're going to be able to call, and variations of the typical covers everybody know: cover 4, cover 6, cover 2, cover 1, cover 3, quarter. Like, what? Like, it's only certain things. Inverse, Robert. Like what? Make it make sense to me. I don't know. I'm here for it. If you know something I don't know, then let me know.
I did see some the other day. Somebody in the comments was like, "Make Bobby Wagner the defense coordinator." I'm like, "Damn, fresh off the field, like that's what we doing." Like, wow. But just speaking of as well, one thing we got to mention outside of Kliff and Whitt being let go today, OG Bobby Johnson, our offensive line coach, was let go as well. A guy who I thought was successful. I felt like the O-line, he was able to, get them guys to jail. Even last year when it was a little suspect, guys came in there, especially towards the end of the season, they got better. This year it kind of started out a little tricky with Connolly, and you see how Connolly Jr. finished the year. Even with Brandon Coleman last year and, the moving around, I just felt like Bobby Johnson will be a guy to stick around. But yeah, he was definitely let go. So interesting to see. Like I was telling Reedie, I expect whoever is hired to come in and hire their own guys. You always going to keep somebody's in the building, but I think they're going to come in and, come in with a haul of their own guys offensively and defensively. And since we've been on this show, they're saying that David Blah is interviewing for the offensive coordinator with the Lions. So that could be another guy that, who we felt like could be the potential next OC or somebody that's moving up the ranks within. He could be a guy that could be, on the move. So it's a lot of pieces to kind of figure out. And then Dan Quinn's in the press conference yesterday, Dan Quinn and AP, they was asking about what changes need to be made and things like that. And he kind of just was basically saying that it's a lot to kind of, figure out. So I definitely don't think we'll be getting a lot of more alerts over the next few days, probably. So of guys moving and they trying to figure things out. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like David Blau, offensive coordinator, he was an assistant quarterbacks coach. Like he ain't even been a QB coach on it. He ain't had his own room for a year or two. And you already about to make the man the offensive coordinator?
Shit. I'm not saying
I don't think he's going to get it.
McVay a quarterback. McVay was a offense coordinator after being a tight ends coach. Like he made the jump back on Gruden's staff. You see how he turned out. It's guys that do it.
Yeah. I'm curious to see who else they let go on the staff. Like what other?
Shit, I think at this point it's about McVay has enough credibility where you might start picking people from his staff and seeing how that work out, because that's a successful guy. And he on that Shanahan tree. But yeah,
I don't know, bro. Like, I would hate to see. I don't want Blau to go. That's what I'm saying. All I'm saying. I kind of want to hold
already gone. Yeah.
I feel like Blau he's going to be a good offensive coordinator at some point, but I just don't know if it's this year. I think, I think in in about 2 years, he'll be ready to be an offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
I think he's smart. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about him.
Yeah. And I think right now too, it's a lot of movement going on. It may just simply be
still early though.
Yeah, I mean, it's not our team, but I'm not sitting well with Harbaugh being fired. I just it just don't sit well with me. And I'm looking at a tweet from Tony Dungy, and he's basically like, I can't believe what things have come in the NFL. John Harbaugh coached the Ravens for 18 years, took them to playoffs 12 times, won a Super Bowl. Last 4 years, 10-7, 13-4, 12-5, 8-9. They made the playoffs 3 straight years and missed this year because the kicker missed the game-winning field goal on the last play of the season, and he got fired. Like,
but I think
good luck finding somebody better than him. Like,
I get it, but I feel like the Harbaugh firing has been on the wall for the last 3 seasons. People here in Baltimore, fans, they've been calling for getting Harbaugh out of there. They've been saying Harbaugh was the problem. Like, you know, I don't see it from the outside looking in, but, you know, the fan base, they was tired of it. So, I mean, I don't know if the owner is just looking to shake some things up, but I mean, sometimes even though you just because you go into the playoffs and that don't mean that it's not stale and the message is still not getting through to the locker room. I mean, you just could be winning because you got talent. I get it. Sometimes you gotta make that move. I mean, I didn't expect. I mean, I don't know. I kind of felt they was gonna maybe do something, but then that opens up other coaches on their staff to being moved. You know what I'm saying? That may not be retained.
Yeah. And then
who are you going? How do you follow that? Like, he's like arguably like can go down by record wise as a Hall of Fame coach in a sense. He won a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. How do you follow that up? Good luck finding a better option. So I just hope that, you know what I mean, as that translates back to us, I hope that we find a better option. You know, Kliff he had some shit with him. I don't think he was one of the worst though. So it's like, damn, hope we know what we're doing. Hope we know what we're doing. And then another topic before we shift as well, Jaden being pissed about it. I absolutely believe he's pissed. He mentioned yesterday him and Kliff has a special relationship. They talked about the time they spent together and, you know, early mornings, 4 or 5 in the morning when Jaden's out on the field, just him and the ghost is out there and he running plays like him. Kliff is out there with him and things of that nature. Like I think Jaden's definitely it's going to take a little minute to adjust. I mean, he's professional. He'll get it together. But for me, learning for him, like being blindsided by the situation, the only way I would be okay with him being blindsided if, like we said, they were literally in a meeting, they told him what they wanted, and he was like, nah, and right then and there, they was like, all right, roll out. Like, it could have been like an intense argument or, you know what I mean, just like maybe not even a huge argument, but more so on the sense of like, this is what we want, and you're going to do it or not type shit, period. And if it happened right there on the spot, blindside, okay. But if this shit was planned, I think you're supposed to be in the know. I'm not saying no special treatments and all that, but this is your quarterback. Like, typically the best player, the star player on teams, no matter the sport, knows what the franchises, their plans and what they're doing. And they, even if they're not using the consult with them to change their decision, they typically let their star players know what's going on or what they're thinking. So if that report is true, I think Jaden should know.
I don't give a fuck what Jaden needed to know. He's a second-year quarterback. And we're talking about he need to be in the know, like he's done some shit in this league. Like he's a Patrick Mahomes,
last year we was acting like he was.
Like he's a Patrick Mahomes type, or he's like a Matthew Stafford, or he's like one of these like Aaron Rodgers, somebody that's really done something in this league. Like, oh yeah, he was a rookie of the year. Okay, he had a good season, great season last year, broke a records or whatever. But at the end of the day, he's a second-year player. And if we being honest, like people gonna take, y'all know how I am, but people gonna take this to the heart. They're gonna crucify me anyway. Who knows what the fuck is gonna happen if he don't have a bounce back here this year? I'm not saying they getting him out of there because I'm not, but I'm saying that contract ain't looking so pretty like they thought it was gonna be so sweet. This changed the whole market type shit. That's all I'm saying. And I believe that Jaden Daniels is our future. I believe that he's our quarterback, whatever. I think he's going to have a great year. But I'm just saying, if he don't, they're going to be singing a whole nother tune. They talking about sophomore slump, which I don't think he had. But if he go into this junior campaign and don't really put on, it's going to be a whole nother narrative. But who cares if Jaden Daniels knew? Jaden Daniels and him knowing. It's a fucking second-year quarterback. The fuck out of here, Z, with that. Yeah, quarterback in the organization needs to know. What?
Should have known.
What? How many All Pros has Jaden Daniels won? How many MVPs has Jaden Daniels won? Why do we owe him anything? He'll find out like the rest of the fucking team.
You should have known about him.
Fuck out of here with that. He needed to know. That's glazed, bro. Miss me with it. If that was anybody else, you would not be saying that.
Anybody else? Yeah. If it was,
fuck out of here. That means to tell me. So if Kirk Cousins is the franchise quarterback, Kirk need to know.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Who you are to that team? Yes, you should have known. Like, okay. Now I ain't saying Jaden, Terry, Bobby, Zach. I'm not saying that, but Jaden should have known. At least.
Okay, welcome to the NFL. Like Asia said, shit, get in line, get a ticket like everybody else. Figure it out. Learn a new offense. It's football. It happens every day.
That's what I'm saying. Like, shit got to move on, but at least not be blindsided. You know what I mean? Especially after y'all done made them like this. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't think you just do that. You don't handle shit like that. That's just my opinion, though.
I mean, it is what it is. Like, I don't believe that it was any malicious intent on both sides. They just mutually agreed that it wasn't. We don't know what the situation is. It's all speculative right now, so we can't say. And I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Shit, it's the NFL. I mean, there's other guys out there that know football that can call an offense. It might be somebody in college that's fucking really damn good that we overlooking right now that could come in and really do it.
Yeah.
That ain't already in the league. So you never know.
True. That's true. So you're gonna give them your what you've been thinking, what you've been chefing up as
far as for us in the off season?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can move right into that. So we can get into this Reedie's priorities of the off season. And I'm going to start straight with it. We need to first sign a Kyle Pitts or an Isaiah Likely at the tight end position.
Agreed.
Under no circumstances do you let any of them go anywhere else.
Agreed.
Zach Ertz, thank you for your service. Thank you for your service, Zach Ertz. But it's time to move on. You cannot pass Jeremiah Love in the draft. That's my number one pick right now today, and that's going to be my number one pick. Period. No ifs, ands, buts about it. Jeremiah Love, if he's there at 7, you go get him. You go get Jeremiah Love. Then the rest of the draft, you could draft all the defensive players you want. You get Jeremiah Love. That's all we need. Huh?
Remember Mike Dicker, Ricky Williams, and he give a fuck about the rest of the draft. He traded every other pick.
I ain't saying that. I ain't saying trade the draft, but I'm saying you go get Jeremiah Love. You go just hear me out for a minute before y'all start y'all rants and stuff like that. You go Jaden Daniels, right? Jaden Daniels can push the football down the field. He can run. So you have to play both the pass and you got to play the run. You put Jeremiah Love in the backfield with Bill, right? Mm-hmm. Bill showed us he took it from 70. Jeremiah Love can take it from anywhere on the field, in the pass game, in the run game. Can flat out do it. You solidify your offensive line. You re-sign a Laramie Tunsil. You go out, you get a Kyle Pitts. He's going to stretch it horizontally and he's going to stretch it vertically. Or Isaiah Likely. I'll take either or. I'd rather have Pitts, but I'll take Likely. Then you bring back a Daboll on a, I ain't going to say a cheap, but I feel like you got to pay him, but it's a 1 or 2 year deal. It's got to be team friendly, maybe give him some bonus or something like that to kind of run it back with him. He want to be here. Let him and Terry, let's really see what it's going to be in a full season, right? You got Terry on the outside. You have to go get a solidified number 2 receiver. Because Daboll is your underneath guy. He's your gadget guy. You can't bank on him to be your really your number 2. You need another solid number 2. I don't know who that is. I have some people in mind, but I don't know. But you need a number 2, a solid number 2. If you run this offense with that, we're gonna score a lot of points. Where do you defend it? You got Terry on the outside pushing horizontally straight down the field. That's your 9-ball guy. You got Daboll underneath wherever he is. You got a number 2 that can go intermediate, whatever, crossing routes, outs, corners, stops, whatever you want to call it. You got the tight end that can get in them seams. Then you got 2 backs that can do it. You bring back a Burks as your 4th or 5th receiver. Luke McCaffrey, Jalen Lane, you keep those guys. That's all we need on offense. We need them 2 players, the tight end and the running back. I don't have the ideas for the defense. That's a little bit tough.
I asked him that earlier. I said, what about the defense, Reedie? He said, cooking up a whole
you spend the rest of the draft on the defense. From the 3rd round to the whatever round, you get all defensive players. And you go to free agency and you figure that shit out. But if you got a chance to get Jeremiah Love, he's that good. You get him.
No, he like that.
Or you get a Cornell Tate. I ain't necessarily.
He just announced he entering the draft.
Oh, Tate.
Yeah.
Or you go get a I like Downs, but I would maybe take a Bain or somebody like that if they're there. Then you go edge rusher. I feel like you got to go offense. Me personally, I feel like, but free agency is going to tell us what they're going to do anyway. So if they go out and they get one of these, it's some couple guys in the free agency that they can go get for us pass rush. Hendricks there. They got a couple other guys there. Some good linebackers that's going to be free agents. Spend that money. Spend the AP. Spend it. Can't take it with you when they fire your ass. Spend it.
No way.
I'm just telling you, yo, you got to get Jeremiah Love. He is that good. That good. You cannot pass on that. And just think how much better he makes 5 and how much better he makes Bill. And how much better the tight end, like, where can you double? You damn sure can't triple.
No.
You can't. You got to play it honest. And whoever the offensive coordinator is, if you can't cook with that, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Bill mentioned earlier, it was kind of like a setup question. He was on 106, Grant and Danny, and they asked him about the Kliff thing. And he said he found out on Twitter. They asked him, what type of relationship he had with Kliff. He was saying, he felt like it was a fair relationship. It was a good, cool relationship. It was solid. Then they asked him, next year, what would he want to see in a new offense for him? And he said the opportunity to be, playing more spacing. It was running inside, in between the tackles is cool. But he want to be in space, but he want to show that he can catch the ball, he can make plays in the open field in space. So of course, that kind of sounded like maybe Kliff didn't think that was an area that he, could have thrived in or just didn't get enough opportunities for him. And Bill was mentioning that. So, whoever the next OC with the offense that, weapons that you talking, spacing would be key. So that'd be dope. Run some halfback screens. We ain't run a lot of running back screens and, throwing the ball to the running backs out of the backfield. It was more so a lot of wide receiver screens, bubbles, and shit like that. So, They're talking more space.
You're playing in space, like you. I mean,
Yeah, I missed the
I know it's
I missed the
small.
Cosme interview. I caught like a little bit of it, but I missed most of it.
I understand like the taking a running back is kind of like not heard of these days, but if you can, I would take him. If you can, I would take him. He's arguably, to me, the best player in the draft. To me, I mean, Mendoza's probably gonna go one because necessity, because need. I don't think he's all right, but I seen better. I just feel like if he fall to us, you gotta take him, bro. Like, gotta take him. Like Jahmyr Gibbs esque like type, Saquon Barkley type, who else? Atlanta running back type, Bijan type. You gotta take him, bro. It opens up so much more. And Jack on Instagram talking about the offensive line is trash. What? Offensive line is much improved.
Much improved.
Now, I do think you need to get better. Like, you got to figure out, you need another interior guard somewhere in there. But I think Connolly has shown improvement over the season. I think that he's solid at right tackle. You got Cosme. That tandem together is going to be better. Briadish back on his last year. But if you got, I mean, Linderbaum is there. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Linderbaum is there. So, you might want to go there. But I feel like that other guy, Chris Paul, he solidified himself as a starter. But if you can get better there, then maybe you upgrade and get somebody else. And then you definitely bring back Laramie Tunsil. And we cooking with hot grease. You go, man, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, if we do them two things, we get a Pitts and and draft this Love kid, man.
Yeah.
Man.
Kyle Pitts is a must. A must. I low-key was a little blown that he started hooping towards the end, because then it make Atlanta really want him. But also they, them firing Raheem. Hopefully the new coach, I'm sure they probably will want to keep him. So we'll see how that play out. But likely is definitely the number 2 option. With Baltimore paying Andrews, which I don't know why they keep doing, giving them that type of money. You definitely would want to keep an eye out on Likely, because he's fighting for opportunity. All he need, you saw the catch he made that last drive to get them down there. And I think Likely is a dog, and he'll be much cheaper.
Yeah. Defensively, they got it. I'm expecting fireworks this offseason. It only seems right. It has to be fireworks. That's the only way that this fan base is going to be able to.
I think we're going to go New England Patriots. I think we're going New England Patriots style this offseason. I think we're going to spend some money. They're going to go old school Dan Snyder style, but in a good way.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're going to be able to turn this around for DQ to make up and, live beyond, be a head coach beyond year 3. They're going to have to go get a lot of people.
I say
not that 1 year shit.
I say if they did go edge, I don't mind it. But Jeremiah Love can't be on the board and you go that. Cannot. You better go try to find you better go try to sign Hendricks or who are the other free agent edge rushers out there? You ain't telling me that none of them edge rushers, Bain or what's the other kid name? What's his name, Z?
Bailey.
Yeah, Bailey. You cannot tell me they better than Jeremiah Love. I don't care by position. We talking about blue chip players, not position of need. Blue chip players, best available player. Best available dogs. Not telling me that. Not telling me that. Now, if that's who's on the board at the time, take him. I'm cool with it. But all this trying to we like that year when we go back when the Micah Parsons year when Dallas took him like 3 or 4 picks before us, which they could have easily moved up to go get him. they sit there, they're talking about, yeah, we're good with we really like Jamin Davis. JOK was right there too, and they didn't draft him. He's way better than Jamin Davis. They took Jamin Davis.
Would JOK now?
I think he's injured, but I think it's like some crazy freak injury type.
But he's not with the Browns no more though, right?
Yeah, he's still with them, but he's injured.
Okay, I thought he left the Browns. Yeah,
Bruh, I'm telling you, you get him in the building. You got to think, you get him in the building, and you get another free agent young receiver. I don't know who it is, but one of them. Shit, I'll take a Kendrick Bourne or somebody or Jennings or somebody that's a solid number 2. You don't need. I only need you to give me those 60 catches. You got Terry. Terry going. They got to unleash Terry. They got to start moving him around. And then that running game, you got out the backfield, bruh. Telling you, bro. I'm telling y'all. I ain't gonna say it, but Reedie knows. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah, boy. Well, yeah, if you haven't already, make sure you like, share, subscribe at Reedie Zee on all platforms. Get us to 2K on YouTube. We on the road to 8K on Instagram. We sitting a little just under 7,400. So make sure when people ask about pages or pods or whatever content creators, make sure y'all refer Reedie Zee. Yeah, get us out here. We trying to run this shit up. It's off season time.
Yeah, they said we took Emmanuel for Christian Gonzalez. We should have took him. I was saying that year. Look at him.
Yeah, I remember that pick.
Wasted a lot of blue chip talented players.
I remember that pick.
Passed on for these.
We both waited for Gonzalez, and Reedie called like, "What the fuck? He's on the border. You don't take him. I'm gone." Hung up the phone. I'm done. I'm done. I'm telling y'all right now.
Telling y'all right now, if we do not take Jeremiah Love,
if he's on the board,
done.
If he's on the board,
done. If he's on the board, I'm done. I'm done. I had enough. I'm done. I can't take it no more. I'm done.
Yeah. What else you got?
Jeremiah Love, 2026 first round pick. I'm over glazing. Jeremiah Love.
You giving him Louvu number? You gonna give Louvu 40? Well, Louvu gonna get 40.
Nah, I can't do him like that. Can't do him like that. But if Louvu have another misstep year, he's asked the fuck about it. He had that bitch the next year.
Yeah.
Who was your top pick in the draft? I
don't really got nothing right now. I mean, we've come to the conclusion that if Love is on the board, you pick him. But I ain't got nothing beyond that. I'm on my way to draft mode. I'm still stuck. I'm on my way to draft mode. I'm still kind of like, damn, all right, we gotta get coaches now. I'm stuck on this. Like earlier, we all on the phone. We having a conference call with me, Reedie, and our assistant Unc. And he's first of all, he called me yesterday. And he Unc called me out of nowhere. What you doing? And I'm chilling. What's up? Man, why we some shit? I'm like what, Unc? What you talking about? Like, we knew we was some shit. What's new? Like, damn, like, why we keep doing this and doing that? And why, like, have you seen we need a running back, dog? You seen Jeremiah Love? I mean, I keep hearing about him, but I haven't sit and watched his tape. I don't watch college football like that. I haven't really been into it, but I said I'm gonna definitely tap in. And he's like, man, all right. He come calling me there. You look at actually yesterday he was like, what the hell have you been doing? You ain't seen him yet? I'm like, nah. He called me today. They on the conference call. They talking about Love the whole damn call. What are you doing? Z, look him up. Go look him up now. Look at his highlights. I'm trying to eat. I'm stuck on this Kliff shit. I'm stuck on these other coaches getting fired. I'm trying to, like, in my mind, I'm like, dog, who is going to replace Kliff? So that's all, like, my mind has been on today. It's like, I ain't even defense we can figure out. And again, I want a top coordinator, but it's like, all right, who's going to really run this offense? Who's going to be in charge of this quarterback, this franchise quarterback of ours? And all I'm going to talk about is Jeremiah fucking Love all day long. So I hope he's there to be able to pick him because I end up going to look at some highlights later on, in the conversation, and that motherfucker like that.
Like that. Straight like that.
So that'll be my top pick right now until further notice.
These edge rushers they all right, they cool, but they ain't him. I think maybe I got PTSD from Chase Young. I'm just gonna be honest, because I thought Chase Young was gonna be this edge rusher, generational talent that we needed, and I was saying go him that.
Ooh. They saying Kliff got the third highest odds to get the Ravens job. Ooh. Ooh.
Who said that, bro? God,
Chris Shula is first. Jesse Minter is second. Kliff is third. Brian Flores is fourth. Stefanski, Kubiak, Schwartz, Sala, McCarthy, LaFleur, Spagnolia, Weaver, Nagy, Vance, Joseph. That's the list. JP.
And we talking about, we sit here talking about Kliff getting fired and Joe Witt Jr. All the motherfuckers should have got fired for that shit they did last Sunday. Why the fuck did we win that game? Now we got to hear people like Asia talking about Jeremiah Love is going to the fucking Tennessee Titans.
Damn, like, they do need a running back.
We fuck up everything, bro. We can't do shit right.
The Titans got what? What pick they got?
Like the 3 or 4.
They got the Raiders.
5, maybe. I can't remember.
Who else was some shit? The Jets. Look at this list.
Like, come on, bro. Like, we had one fucking job to do. And then, hold on.
Raiders, Giants, Jets, Titans, Arizona. Yeah, all them before us.
Yeah, like, this the year the motherfucker trade some shit, AP.
And the Browns.
Trade for that motherfucker. Fuck. Pull a RG3. Shit.
Browns don't need a running back. Arizona got what? They got that Michael Carter dude, right? But that wouldn't stop them. But they need a quarterback. Titans, you gotta worry about the Titans. The Jets need everything. The Giants, they don't need no running back, and they got a quarterback, so they might trade out. And the Raiders, they got Genty, and they need a quarterback. They going quarterback for sure.
But I wouldn't be mad though, like if in free agency, if we was able to pull some shit off, like with I don't know. I like Breece Hall. I like ETN. I like some of them other backs too. Like, so I'm
what about
like,
Rashad White. There's a lot of hype going around that.
Yeah, wouldn't be my. It wouldn't be. He'd be like my last option. I don't give a fuck that he played with 5. I don't know, but now if you're gonna go receive, like if you don't go Jeremiah Love, you gotta go to receive. You gotta go offense. We need a weapon. I don't care. It's either a receiver or a running back. So I don't know what receiver. I mean, I like Tate. I like Unc sent the other dude today. What's his name? Yeah, I don't know if y'all sold on him or not. His tape was okay, but I just thought it was Jordan Tyson, the dude from Arizona State. 0. His tape was cool, but I feel like he's open. He catches the ball, but I feel like his secondary moves and like was like not all that. Like he had some stuff that he was all right at, but he didn't really wow me like that for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we need somebody that can come in day one and be a threat. Like I think he could be, but I don't know. Like I feel like Jeremiah Love helps us instantly. Day one starter. Now, if we're gonna go receiver or something like that, then I don't know. I just feel like we need another fucking weapon. We ain't getting Pickens, so that's dead. So then that limits your wide receiver pool based off of this free agency.
Definitely not getting Pickens.
You know, now if we get Pickens, then my whole hypothetical of who I want changes. We don't necessarily maybe got to keep Daboll. We go get Pickens. We can go get like a lower tier. We can go get a receiver later in the draft or something, or so we can find somebody.
Bro, they're saying teams with I'm sorry to keep bringing my man this back up, but it's interesting. I don't think AP is in this mix, but you never fucking know in the NFL. But teams that currently have head coaches are calling, gauging interest for Harbaugh.
Yeah, you wouldn't. Why? He's a winning coach.
I know, I get that, but I'm saying like they have their head coach in place.
Oh, they're
not
to see
vacant.
him being a coordinator or
No,
head.
to come be their head coach. And
Oh,
like if he say he'll go there, then they'll fire the guy they got and bring him in.
Damn. I think
did
my man get fired yet?
Who?
Pete Carroll.
Yes. He got fired yesterday or the day before. Asia says Miami. I hope it is Miami. Then we can get McDonald's.
Oh yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead to Miami, Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Head on down there. Go ahead down there.
Yep. I hope
it is. Go ahead. Come on home, Mike. Come on home.
Yep. Hope it is. But yeah. Tough.
Hey, I hope it's fireworks, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I'm low key excited. I was blown for the last probably 8-9 weeks, but I'm excited. I'm optimistic.
Reedie is back.
Optimistic. I was on my shit all day today, y'all.
All fucking day.
I ain't do shit at work. It's on my shit. I was popping big shit, giving people my mindset. Everybody told me I'm on to some shit. I hope it comes true.
All day reading shit.
I hope it comes true. Ain't nobody really disputed, but then everybody keep asking me what's my plan for the defense. I ain't got one.
We'll talk about that tomorrow.
I ain't got no plan for the shit. To holler at me in a couple weeks, I gotta think that shit through. I gotta really figure out exactly what the fuck we need. I mean, shit, we need so much. It's just like, damn, I can't even really like put my finger on it.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
But yeah. We'll see y'all on tomorrow on the Burgundy Breakdown.
Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Burgundy Breakdown. Reedie Zee, John from Ballin' and Burgundy Podcast, Juan Gotti talking sports, the Burgundy Breakdown, us four, our collab show. Make sure you tap in. And also stay tuned for us. We got some things cooking. Got some interview requests that we waiting on. So we working some stuff out to kind of bring y'all, some more in-depth content and some interviews around what's really going on with this team and, thoughts and stuff like that. So make sure y'all stay locked in with us. And yeah, if bro ain't got nothing else, we out.
Reedie Zee shout.